guys, welcome back to my channel. I am on a roll 3 weeks in a row with a video after only putting out one video all last year. So I don't know if I can continue this, but while I can, here I am. And I'm gonna just show you what sold this weekend. $750 some in sales. 3 platforms, eBay primary with 13 sales, Etsy number 2 with 8 sales, and 1 measly sale from Facebook Marketplace. Poshmark and Mercari coming in with big fat zeros, which I don't make a ton of sales there anyway. And you might notice there are no clothes hanging up behind me today. It's because I didn't sell any, which is fine because I'm not primarily a clothing seller. It's probably also why nothing sold on Poshmark or Mercari. Anyway, let's share a couple NOLOs with you. Yeah, one of these days it'd be great if I didn't have any to share with you, but we're not there yet. So the 2 things you don't want to buy and try to sell are these. Redken Beach Envy volume. This is new. This is not used. You can't sell it if it's used on eBay anyway. But I don't know why I didn't give up on this. I had this listed for almost 2 years. Sold it for $6. I think it's because every time I looked these up, I'd see good sell-through rates on them. But maybe it's because this is a smaller one. I don't know. But thank goodness it's gone now. The only other NOLO I have today is these pamphlets. These are like crafting pamphlets, cross-stitch, leisure arts leaflets. And sometimes if you bundle up a whole bunch of these, you can sell them okay. And sometimes I find these, or I get these like in lots of other things. And I just collect them and put them out there in a bundle. This wasn't a big enough bundle. This only sold for $5. Never should have listed this. Big time NOLO, but it's gone. Should I get out of the way so you can see what's behind me actually? There's a lot of stuff back there. Do you want to guess the BOLOs? Again, for me a BOLO is something that sells relatively quickly, between 0 to 90 days. I'd actually prefer like 0 to 30 days, but 0 to 90 days is a quick sale to me, good money, and ideally 5 to 10 times my money. So which things do you think qualify? So here's the first one. A regulator A clock. I don't know much about clocks, but I do know that if they're in good condition, these old clocks will sell. This one works. It has its key. I paid $7 for it. So we sold it for $98 on Etsy. And Etsy's kind of a weird beast the way I do shipping. So I only charge $5 for shipping on anything for Etsy because Etsy will put your stuff further down in search results. If you charge more than $5 for shipping, maybe I should just do free shipping, but I don't. I do $5 shipping. So this sold for $98 plus $5 shipping. It'll cost probably about $20 to ship. So, you know, 102 minus 20, that's still, what, $82 from $7 into $82, less the fees. This only took, I think, 3 weeks to sell. So these aren't necessarily super fun, but you can do it. You can do it. Good money, 10 times your money. Okay, another thing to be watching for. I used to be a scrapbooker once upon a time, and Creative Memories scrapbook materials still command pretty good money, pretty quick sales. This is an old vintage Creative Memories scrapbook. It had not been used at all, so this is new. I picked this up actually at a thrift store, which I hardly ever find anything at this thrift store, but this was $4, and I sold it for $24 in 1 week. So $4, 10 times $4 would be $40. So this doesn't really meet the 10 times my money, but $4 times 5 times my money is $20. This does meet my criteria because that doesn't include shipping and it only took a week to sell. So Creative Memories products, keep an eye out. All right, I'm gonna just go through the rest of it. There's some other good, decent sales. I just am not considering them BOLOs because they took longer than my criteria for selling, but there's still some good sales here. But let's just go through and show you what's sold. All right, if you saw my video last week, you saw me talk about some 35mm slides. And I picked these all up really cheap, a big lot of them, several months ago. I think we paid, what did I say, $3 to $5 for the whole lot of them. Then we divide them up into groups of 20 to 60 depending on what they are, and we sell them. And last week I showed you several different lots that had sold. Well, I had more that sold this week. This baggie's just a $10 lot of like Hoover Dam, Zion National Park, Redwood Forest, things like that. These are from the 60s and 70s. And then I also had this lot from NASA. These are like souvenir NASA slides that you could buy at the souvenir shop or whatever. And these sold for $20. These were all part of that lot that we've made lots of money on now. So if you didn't catch last week's, go watch it. I talked more about it there. Twilight series books. This is a mixed lot. You got 2 paperbacks, 2 hardbacks, and they are in good condition, not superb condition. I wouldn't say they're giftable condition, but I got $15 for them, and I think I gave like 50 cents a book for them or something. Good deal. So those series books will sell even if they're mixed lots sometimes if you get them for the right price. Especially like Harry Potter, those are always good ones. I do mixed lots of those too. So keep an eye out for books. All right, here we have a cross stitch sampler. This, I don't know how old this is. I don't think this is super old, but this is a cross stitch sampler that's handmade and framed. And older ones will sell a lot better than this one did. But this still sold for $23.50 on Etsy. I think we paid $3 for this. This beast, not gonna be super fun to ship this guy either. This is a wall fountain. So I spent $30 on this. Took a chance on it, not having sold any of these before, but I did sell this on Etsy for $121 plus my $5 ship. This also probably be about $20 to ship, so that's still $100, $30 into $100. This was listed for, okay, so I had to look. It actually took almost 3 months to sell, but still actually not too bad. It's in my 90-day window. Another Etsy sale. Sold this for $40 plus ship. Again, it's big. It'll probably cost close to, I don't know, 15 to ship probably, maybe 20. We'll see. It was free to me. I think it was on the curb. These are old, actual old antique Victorian boots. They're not in superb condition either. They had a lot of wear to them. But these sold for $35 in about a week. And I think I paid $5 for them. So 5 into 35 in a week. This is borderline bolo material too. I think these sell really well if they're actually old. And I mean, they're not falling apart. So condition wise, there's wear. They're old, but they're not falling apart. These are great to display. And another Etsy sale. We got these hat pins and hat pin holders. I loaded these up, and these sold for $29 plus my $5 ship. These will probably cost about $10 to ship, so $29 less $5. So I got about $25 probably in these before fees. And I think I paid, I don't know, $1 a piece, so about $3 for them. I love this thing. This is big, but it's not breakable really. I mean, be careful with shipping it, but it's gonna take a good sized box, but it's not gonna be hard to ship. And I paid $7 for it just because I'll kind of love it. And this sold for $80 also on Etsy. So 80 plus 5 to ship, and this will probably cost 20 to ship. So 85 less 20, so $7 into $65 less my fees. Remember I said Creative Memory stuff sells, that album sold earlier? Here we've got more Creative Memories products. These are opened, partial packages of pages that go in scrapbooks. And these sold for $16.50. These took a little longer to sell. I've had these listed since probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. This little German cuckoo clock doesn't work, but it does have its key, which is a bonus, and its little broken hand from here. So not only does it not work, it's also broken. But I sold it for $12 and it was $1. Another Etsy sale, and he was just too cute for me to pass. These don't sell super great usually, but you just gotta get the right eyes on it. And somebody on Etsy saw him, and I sold him for $13.50. I think I paid 50 cents for him. So, another vintage suitcase, guys. This is American Tourister soft-sided bag. This sold for $29, and I think I paid $3 for this one. These are parts to an antique brass stick telephone. And we got the stick telephone at a auction, and I think we paid $15 maybe for it. But we sold that stick telephone for, you know what, I'll just throw a comp up here. It was good money. I can't remember. I want to say it was around $100, but I can't remember for sure. I'll throw that comp here. So we sold that, took that $15, turned it into a sale on the stick telephone, and then we had these parts that were extra parts. The telephone worked. These were just extra parts that came with it, and I sold these parts for $46.50. So that telephone turned out to be a great deal. All right, next up, a couple pieces of sterling silver jewelry. So this ring, I think I had $5 into it. I sold it for $18.50. Not super great return, but it didn't take too long to sell. I think about 45 days to sell. This one is a Victorian link bracelet. It's like got names of the, I think it's family engraved all over, because it says Mama and Papa, and then it has a bunch of other names. This sold in 3 days for $30, and I just got this in a lot of jewelry. Didn't even know it was there. One more piece of jewelry. It's like a pair of earrings and a brooch. And this is Crown Trifari vintage jewelry. Crown Trifari is something to keep an eye out on. It's not all created equal, but there are some pieces that sell for very good money. This jewelry set did take a while to sell. There's a lot of jewelry for sale online, so it doesn't always move super fast, but jewelry is really easy to list, easy to ship, and so if it's worth a little bit, I'll sit on it, I'll wait. This sold for $35, and again, this was just part of a lot of jewelry I found in an estate sale, so I didn't have very much into this. There you have it. That kind of wraps up my sales for the weekend. Now I gotta get busy packing, because this all has to go out in the next couple hours, and I got some big stuff to ship. I'm almost done. I did it. It took a while. They're all packed. But now I gotta do all the labels. we go. Okay, that was just the eBay labels. Now I still have to get my Etsy labels printed. Woohoo! Okay, most of them are out. I have 3 that I gotta drop at FedEx because of how big they are, and the rest of them I gotta get out for the USPS man to pick up very soon. Here we go. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you again next time, and until then, happy picking!